But yeah, so tell us about your work and Mary Magdalene for you.
Well, for me, I came to know Mary Magdalene in a very similar way as you just described. I encountered the Da Vinci Code and I was curious, and I thought, well, authors always base their books on research, and there must be another book that tells me more about this topic because I didn't know. I mean, I knew the typical Mary Magdalene from the Bible. I also grew up Catholic, and it is a Bible character. She's supposed to be the prostitute of the Bible, but I didn't really know anything else about who Mary Magdalene was, besides those few details. Um, and encountering a female character from the Bible story that may have been also a scholar, a wise woman, a powerful woman,
Mhm.
someone who Jesus Christ trusted to spread the word of his resurrection and his wisdom. I felt that was so amazing and such a discovery. I got very excited and very interested in the theme. And at that time, well, I started reading starting with Margaret Starbird's book. I think a
That's
lot of people,
my
a lot of
favorite.
women, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, a lot of women who have been interested in Mary Magdalene for at least 20 years now or more.
Yeah.
Started with that, probably with the Da Vinci Code, and then going on to Margaret Starbird's book. And that book was so special to me because it has so many symbols.
Mhm.
It's based on art, basically, because that's what we really
Yeah.
have, right?
Yeah.
That's how we study ancient history and medieval history a lot.
Yeah.
And for me, that's very attractive because that's my background. That I'm an artist, and I've always loved medieval art. So I started reading it. I started being very inspired by the stories there, and everything else that there are many books that people have published about Mary Magdalene, traditional, alternative, and I was interested in everything. um and at the same time that I was reading, one way for me to process what I learned is through drawing and painting, and I
Mhm.
started painting. um and I have a friend who was interested in Mary Magdalene in a similar and different way. She's a doctor of sociology, and she was interested in also understanding this character, feminist character, person of wisdom, and she comes from an evangelical background, which is a very different take than Catholic.
Mhm.
Um, so she was also very interested in understanding it that way. And as a musician, she's a musician. She started writing songs dedicated to Mary Magdalene, inspired. Mary Magdalene became our muse, and we started calling her Our Lady of Lexington because that's where we both lived in Lexington Avenue, New York City.